Again, so the way you would do it is you would back up the machine that's holding the virtualization layer. So, or you could run the backup agent from within the actual virtual machines themselves. If, for example, you were running VMware service on a Windows OS, you would run SOS on the host Windows OS, and then you would back up the VMDKs and you would back up the snapshots. So in that scenario, yes, but there are many different configurations with virtualization. So if you can type out your scenario, I can probably answer in more detail. Can SOS execute a backup from an actual virtual hard drive? Robert Vasario asks. Yes, Robert, you can have SOS running inside a VM. Hal Lee says, how about full system restored to similar or dissimilar hardware, specifically for servers? We don't do bare metal backup to the cloud. There's generally just not enough bandwidth to support moving around a 200 gigabyte disk image. So it really depends on your environment. For small images, you could definitely do that with the assistance of disk imaging software. We don't do disk imaging in the product though. But most online backup is about file and folder or databases because of bandwidth restrictions. As we see more and more true broadband connections promulgating throughout the market, I think we're going to see that change. But today, bandwidth is the main constraint on online backup. Michael Heffley says, can clients ensure their data is stored in particular data centers, specifically in or outside particular countries, outside the US if a Canadian firm? On a country level, yes, but no, you can't specify which data center. We make that decision. But if you're a Canadian partner, your data will be stored in Canada, for example. Israel Leichman says, do you back up an image of the hard drive or only files? We do. We focus on file and folder-based backup for online backup. Do you back up the whole PST every day, or is it only a differential? You can change the settings, so you can have it do the whole file, or you can have it do an incremental, not a differential. David Hood says, how does unlimited versioning affect the storage space required for a client? Great question, David. It doesn't. So storage space is calculated on the raw size of a file being backed up. So if a file's 1 meg on your laptop, that's how much space it uses. Irrespective of compression, irrespective of versions. So we might actually have 16 megs of data for that file in the cloud, but the file's only a meg, so that's all that gets counted. Kelly Race asks if the presentation will be available. Yes, Kelly, you'll get an email sent to you with a video. Tony Miller asks, is there an option to replicate all data to my local server? Tony, you could use the local backup system to back up to your local server. Abdelali, I may have mispronounced that, I'm sorry if I have, data from Morocco, where will that be stored? That would go to the United Kingdom as our closest data center to Morocco. All right, so let's take a look at the actual core partner model. The first topic is why partner with SOS? And the short answer is we've got the best technology, we've got the best delivery and support organization, and at the end of the day, it's about dollars and cents. We can give you the highest margin product for you to sell to your customers. When we talk about our platform, really everything you see with SOS on it can be rebranded. So we have 1,000 partners worldwide, 300 white label partners. And if you're a white label partner, then everything is branded, whether it's the back-end services, software, the web portals, sales and marketing support. And I'll actually talk about how we do our sales and marketing support for partners in a second. The SOS partner solution is based on these 7 topics, and I'll just spin around the circle quickly to give you an overview. But I recommend you have a look at the reseller section of our website because a lot of this information in it does a much better job of explaining it than I do, I think. From an infrastructure standpoint, like I said, 10 global data centers, about to be 11. You get to leverage that. We've talked a little bit about data routing. From a product and software standpoint, you get a fully white label version of all of our software. So that's the core PC product. There's optional extras to get rebranded versions of our iPhone application, the web portal, the mobile portal. So all of our software can be fully branded to you. With billing, there are 3 ways to bill your customers supported by the system. There's a full e-commerce API that you can hook into on our back end. You can bill your customers yourself and then have a separate billing relationship with us, or we can bill your customers for you and provide the e-commerce capabilities for you. So there's 3 different options there. Marketing support. I actually want to flip to our website for a moment whilst talking about marketing support because One of the most exciting things we're doing in our partner program today is what we call our PRC, our Partner Resource Center. If you're an existing partner on the line and you don't know about this, you need to know about it. So call in and talk to your partner specialist to make sure you've got access. And if you're a prospective partner, I want to encourage you to call in and ask for access to it anyway. We can give you free access to the PRC so you can get some of the marketing materials in there. The PRC is a full marketing support portal. So it's filled with tools that you need to generate interest among your customers, create opportunities, and close win sales. So whether it's email templates to use to start prospecting to your base, pricing guidelines which shows you how to price different product offerings depending upon what market you're targeting, sales presentation templates like the one I was using earlier. There's a full DR plan, so it's an ITIL compliant 40-page DR plan that you can use with your clients to really analyze and document what they need, proposal templates that you need to quote customers. There's a 14-page online backup sales guide, which is based upon our experience over the last 10 years on what works and what doesn't in how to market and sell online backup. There's detailed product and technical training. And I'll talk more about training in a second, but there's rich training resources. There's also what we call Request a Seminar, which is a program we have started where we will actually help you run a webinar like this one today with your customers. So it's very simple. We give you an email and you send it to your customers, and they then all get invited to a webinar about your online backup solution. And it's a terrific way for you to understand among your customers what the opportunity is. So we can actually do this for you even if you're thinking about becoming an SOS partner. So one of the things I'd like to offer to everybody at today's webinar is to have us host a webinar for your customers. So you send an email to all of your customers, they come onto our infrastructure, you introduce your backup specialist who will be an SOS representative, and we'll talk to your customers about online backup and what they should do. Depending on how many customers you get, we also do promotions and giveaways to your customers. So it's a really fantastic way for you to get a sense of whether or not there's a good market opportunity for you. So here's what I'd like to do. Anybody who's interested in taking me up on that offer of having us host a webinar for you, just type into the questions section, I'd like to do a webinar. And our account management team will be in touch with you, and we can set up webinars with your customers. So just type into the question section, and I'll pass all that along to our account management team who will be in touch. All right, so that PRC, let's go back to the PowerPoint. I'm a little bit fragmented today. I apologize for that. I'm a little under the weather. So the PowerPoint should be back up on everybody's screen. All right, so that's the marketing support I talked about. And I actually talked about the sales support here as well. Our sales organization is very unique. Because we don't sell direct and we work through the channel, each of our sales reps, we call them partner specialists, actually focus on helping you sell through to your customers, whether you're a partner yet or so you're an existing partner or a prospect. One of the best ways we do that is through these seminars we can do with your customers about your online backup solution. But just generally, when you've got a large opportunity or you need sales engineering support, you can then bring in your SOS partner specialist into your calls with your customers to help you close those deals. And a lot of our partners are not particularly good salespeople. And I mean that with all due respect, but a lot of our partners are technical people, they're IT guys, and they understand a great product, but they sometimes have challenges around how to market the product and how to sell the product. I don't know if anybody in the audience, if that resonates with anybody in the audience, but if it does, that's okay. We've got a real depth of support for you in the marketing solutions and in the sales support that we can give you to help sell this to your customers. So again, I think anybody who's serious about doing online backup should book one of these seminars with your customers to see what sort of response rate you get. And that's a really great way to help you evaluate whether or not you should get into this industry. So I want to encourage as many people as possible. We've got 6 people here who said they'd like to do a webinar. But we've got 65 people on the line, so I'd love to have more people interested in that. Training is a very important part of what we do here At SOS, we've got training that goes on every day, and there are 3 streams of training. There's product training, sales and marketing training, and then support and operations training that we provide to you. So again, if you're an existing partner and you're not participating in those training programs, you need to get into them, so call in and talk to your account manager. And for prospective partners, I think it's really important to know that that training is there for you, and it goes on every day, so you can pick which streams you want to attend to make certain that you really get the most out of your partnership with us. And then from a technical support standpoint, we've got 24/7 technical support organisation. Actually, if you become a partner, there's no less than 4 people assigned to you here at SOS. Your partner specialist, your account manager, your dedicated support rep, and then your PDT consultant, who's a consultant who works with you to figure out the best price point, rebrand your software, get you launched in the market. All right. So just turning and looking at who succeeds at selling online backup. The left-hand column of this table shows how our partners sell the product. The right-hand column talks about who they sell it to. So I'm going to start on the right-hand column. Where we see partners having the greatest success selling online backup from a margin standpoint are in these industries. So medical and healthcare is a very rich market, particularly because of the HIPAA requirements for backup. Same in the financial services and accounting worlds. Sarbanes-Oxley puts pretty stringent requirements on companies to back up their financial information. The legal sector is a very rich industry for us, and so is government and education. So if you've got customers in any of those categories, then you can 60, 70, 80% even margin is achievable. Then on the left shows how to sell the product. So obviously it gets sold as a general disaster recovery product, an archiving product, but a laptop fleet solution. So the market for backing up laptop fleets is a very new market, and there are really no good technology solutions out there other than cloud-based backup. And if you're using the SOS Pulse management system, then laptop fleets become a huge market opportunity for you to attack. Branch office backup, more traditional backup for servers, so email backup, application backup, database backup, and then more niche applications. So remote data access and mobile data access are very common ways that our partners sell this solution. I want to flip through to an example of a partner who's having some great success, though, just to give you a sense of what is possible. So this partner has bought several terabytes of data from us, and the way that they price is very much in alignment with our pricing guidelines, being that they sell backup as a fully managed business service. So the pitch is not, I'm going to sell you 10 gigs or 50 gigs. The pitch is, I'm going to protect your whole business. I don't care how many computers you've got, I don't care how many people you've got and how much data you've got. I'm going to sell you a comprehensive business data protection plan. And that involves me coming in and doing a risk analysis, me coming in and doing data discovery, writing you a 40-page disaster recovery plan, backing up all your computers to the cloud, giving you remote data access, etc. Now, that's really just taking all the different pieces of the SOS solution. But by positioning it that way, it allows you to bundle the product at a